welcome to this Monday, August the 7th edition of the Ringside Report. I am Ryan Young. Joining me on the phone, as always, the king of controversy, Anthony Smoody. Smoody, we're back.
Oh yeah, after a long hiatus.
How was your time off, our summer vacay?
Not bad. Got to see Euros and look at the Cubs game.
Yeah, which we didn't go, which is weird because we didn't go together at all. And we ended up taking the same train there, and I believe the same train back. So, unfortunately, I had to deal with you more than I'd like to, Smoody. You ready to recap Impact?
Let's go.
Start off with the Super X Cup, the semifinals. There's a match next week, ACH, and I think Iritashi or something. But this week, the winner of this would advance to the finals. In 2 weeks on the live edition of Destination X, Desmond Xavier defeats Drago. Then Mumbai Cat #1, who was actually Sanjay Dutt, defeats Trevor Lee, who stole the X Division title a couple of weeks ago. They announced a ladder match for the X Division title at Destination X live in 2 weeks on Pop TV. Eddie Edwards versus Eli Drake does not happen as Eddie Edwards gets attacked by Congo Kong, who's really upset because Tony Grado is trying to marry Laurel Van Ness to try to stay in the country to avoid being deported. Later on in the night, they had a promo after Grado's match, which once again tried to propose to her. Tony, I think Grado's going to get deported.
It's going to be crazy between them two.
The what?
It reminds me of Goldust and Marlena, or whatever. Not Marlena, the blonde vixen, the one
that was Marlena, wasn't it?
No, it was the other girl.
Luna?
No.
Who else was there?
ECW era.
Oh.
ECW era.
I don't know.
Yeah. The one I dated Teddy Long.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw it. That's it.
Yeah. Grand title on the line. EC3 defeats Moose. He is your new grand champion. Do you think he's going to bring prestige to a title that's kind of been lacking something since its debut?
Man, it's not been a great. This grand championship match has not been pretty good. It's just been really ridiculous because mostly Moose has been winning by countouts and everything.
But now EC3 is the champion. We'll see what happens there. Suicide Braxton Sutter Grado get a win over KM Ba and Bokura. EC3 then comes out and starts making out with the title, which is a little weird. And then finally, LAX defeat the Patrons. Thanks to help of the newest member of LAX, Tony, as it was announced earlier in the night that it was going to be a member of the Patrons. It's not. It's Low Key is the newest member of LAX.
Low Key, he's been very quiet the last couple times, and now good for him. He deserves to be in LAX.
So now, what do you think? What do you think's next for LAX?
World Championship, probably.
Well, who's going to get it? Low Key's not in the world title picture. Do you think with Destination X coming up in a couple of weeks live on Pop TV, do you think him being the former X Division champion, do you see him having something to say about what takes place that night?
No, I definitely see, I see maybe Conan or...
Conan don't wrestle anymore, though.
Well, somebody could do something. I still think that Russell Peltron is going to play all that as well.
We'll see what happens. We'll be previewing Destination X in 2 weeks. This week, of course, coming up, we'll be previewing this week's show on Wednesday. We're taking time out. When we come back, we're going to preview Raw. They're north of the border in Canada. They're in Toronto. We'll be back.
Hello?
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Ringside Report for this Monday as we're getting you ready for the week. Like we said, final 100. We keep on rolling. We're going to, like we said, we're going to take random weeks off. The next one, I believe, will be, we're taking off 4 days. We're going to take off September 1st and then all Labor Day week as well. So we're with you for the next 3 weeks, of course. We're trying to set you up for the final 100 to get to WrestleMania week, which will be our final week. Okay, now, Tony, let's preview Raw. Let's talk about what happened last week. A lot of interesting things took place. First off, Brock Lesnar. He's saying it was announced at the top of the show. He wasn't even advertised for that show, Tony. He comes out, Paul Heyman says, you know what? If he loses at if he loses at SummerSlam, he's done. Do you believe And, of course, with the John Bones Jones rumor coming around, you got to think he's going back to UFC and not walking out of the Barclays Center as champion.
Oh, he's not walking out of Brooklyn. He's going to walk out fingers in the air and disappointment and everything.
Do you see him ever? Is this his final match ever in WWE?
No, I don't think so. I think that they're going to give him one final run at WrestleMania and then announce him as the Hall of Fame. Not put him in the Hall of Fame.
Who do you see if they kind of announced and kind of broadcasted who his final match was going to be against? Who would his final match be against?
Oh my God.
Would you ever bring The Rock back for a match against him?
Who?
The Rock?
Rock could be one.
They're not gonna do Goldberg again.
I think it could be. Well, let's see. We got Roman Reigns. No, Taker's out. He's gone. I think we should have Brock versus Braun. One more match. Braun really ends his career.
Brock versus Braun?
Yeah, in the Superdome. And Braun's actually, he's pissed he lost the title at the Royal Rumble.
Big Show versus Big Cass closed out the show last week. I think it was the stupidest ending because there really was no point to it. Who won? Was it Big Show or Cass?
No, Big Cass won. Big Show won, but Big Cass got the knockout at the end.
So what do you see next with that? Like, that's the way Raw closed out. Is there going to be any build-up? Is there going to be anything? What's next for these two guys?
Probably a match at SummerSlam where loser state goes on Raw. Because I know they're doing a Triple Threat Shake-Up. So I'm thinking Big Cass is going to be going to Smackdown.
And then look at Enzo. A lot of rumors saying that he could be done on Raw. He could be going to the Cruiserweight division. He could be going back to NXT because they want... So where do you think he's best fit for?
I think he should go back to NXT, start back to what they belong, and then work his way to the Cruiserweights.
Because I think he would, because of course I think it's hard for some people. I know it is for me sometime to watch 205 Live. I think having Enzo on there, or even having him back on NXT, would definitely make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think he should work with another women's wrestler, because there's a lot of women's wrestlers out there that can manage him.
But I mean, he's good on his own. He can talk. He can wrestle. He's just small.
What he needs to do is shut the mic down and wrestle. That's what he needs to do. All he's worried about is mic skills. His talking is a talk. He needs to work on wrestling.
Indeed he does. And of course, I don't know what's happening with Jason Jordan and Kurt Angle. We'll get into that hopefully. We'll have a recap of that on Wednesday. What's next? We're taking time out. When we come back, we're gonna preview SmackDown tomorrow night from the same arena in the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. That's next on the Ringside Report. Swoody, we're back for the final segment. It's the final segment of Monday's show already.
I can't believe it, but speaking of, I got a quick thing. Did you see that picture on Facebook?
What picture?
Who the hell is that woman out of NXT? Because they're saying that it looks like Charlotte Flair.
They're doing there's a lot of jokes around. I just actually watched that show Thursday night, and it did have a little bit of a Charlotte look to it. Well, the Nature Boy did get around back in the day.
Yeah, but could that be another? It sounded like Mr. McMahon when he had Dr. Hornswoggle. That's his bastard son.
Oh God. Let's start off talking about SmackDown. In an episode
from last week.
Yeah, let's recap what happened last week. I mean, unbelievable show, Tony. It started off AJ Styles retaining his United States title against Kevin Owens. That, I think, was very big. But what a way to close out the show. John Cena versus Nakamura going in. Everyone and their mother, I think, had John Cena winning this match. Were you on that boat as well?
I was too, but I knew John Cena, he couldn't break it. I think SummerSlam was not his time to break it. I think WrestleMania, he's going to break it in New Orleans.
So you think... So, Tony, we're going to witness history live in the...
Because remember this. Daniel Bryan won the WWE World Championship in New Orleans. John Cena just could break Ric Flair's record in New Orleans. We could have
the same place. The same place Undertaker's streak was broken.
Yeah, so and that's where Ric Flair gives him a hug and actually walks out and declares him the man.
So who's the world champion when John Cena breaks it? By the way, Nakamura wins in an unbelievable match. But who do you think John Cena breaks it against at WrestleMania 34?
I think Cena holds on to it until.
You think he's gonna hold on to that long?
I say he holds on to it until Royal Rumble, and then loses it to.
Smoody, you're forgetting who's the Money in the Bank.
Well, I don't think Baron Corbin's gonna catch it.
Because after Smackdown on 205 Live, Baron Corbin tried to attack John Cena. Then he eventually gave an AA to Corbin through the broadcast table. So that's probably leading to SummerSlam then.
Yeah, so I don't expect Corbin to catch it at SummerSlam. I expect him maybe Survivor Series or Royal Rumble or WrestleMania.
But you just said Jinder was going to hold till WrestleMania.
Well, that's just how he's still around because with the Singh brother ringside, he can't lose.
True. Do you think are the Singh brothers? Do you think the Singh? Who do you think Jinder's going to drop the title to? Is it going to be Baron Corbin whenever that does happen, or is it Nakamura going to win the title at SummerSlam and then because Baron Corbin has been Nakamura's worst nightmare? So what if Nakamura wins the title, Baron Corbin cashes in? I'm calling that for SummerSlam.
I don't expect it to happen. I expect it to be at the Smackdown pay-per-view in October.
Which is
TLC, because remember,
TLC's in December.
No, they called it now a new pay-per-view called.
No, it's Hell in a Cell, Tony.
Look it up. I'm not joking.
Okay. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. What's happening?
I believe at Survivor Series, I think Nakamura wins at SummerSlam, but holds on to Survivor Series, and then Randy Orton gets in and beats him, and then Corbin cashes in.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Remember, you also have Carmella cash in her briefcase. So I was.
Who cashes? Does either one cash in at SummerSlam?
Carmella cashes her briefcase in at SummerSlam.
Okay, we'll see what happens. SmackDown, of course, we'll be on the Studio One patio all next week as we lead you into I keep saying WrestleMania, into SummerSlam week, the biggest party of the summer. Should be exciting, as always. Okay, folks, that's it for us. Preview for Wednesday. We're going to recap Raw, preview Ring of Honor, NXT, Impact. I'd like to wish congratulations to Ruff Crossing and Melanie Cruz on the birth of Ruff Jr., or Ruff the Third, actually. Well, it's Rick the Third. But congratulations to them and the whole Stoltzman family.
And Ryan's going to hump a camel Wednesday. Stay tuned.
I'm not humping no camel. We're gonna start. I've never even seen a camel, so we're gonna. Yeah, Tony. We gotta save the humping thing for New Orleans, don't we? On Bourbon Street.
Yeah, that's when you're humping Nia Jax or whatever that
Yeah, I'll give her a try. For Anthony Smoody, I'm Ryan Young. Thank you for watching the Ringside Report, your front row seat to all things wrestling.